So this is a really cool video about an ex-NFL football player named Jordan Beck. He played football for 3 years and his story is remarkable. Now he's in real estate investing and he does all kinds of crazy investments, buying properties that are unheard of. But his story is remarkable because he has a family that's, you know, very much ordinary but also extraordinary. So I can't wait for you to learn from his story. I can't wait for you to see what his life is about, and enjoy this episode of Money Brew Show with Daniël-James Media and our company. And I'm super stoked for kind of the results of what this video will lead to from here on out. Thanks so much for watching. Catch you on the next one.
Cal Poly, and last year as a freshman he led the team in tackles. Jordan, how's Cal Poly doing this year? You obviously have a bye this week and came home for this game.
We're not doing very well. We're 1-7 right now, but we're hoping to be better in the future.
What's been the biggest difference playing college football as opposed to high school football?
Everybody is bigger, stronger, and faster. So I get knocked around a lot more, and that's about it. Everybody's just a lot better, a lot more athletic.
You are certainly a star here at San Lorenzo Valley. Tell us what you think of this game so far here against Aptos. Anything surprise you?
Aptos looks really good. I didn't think they were going to be this good. I don't know a lot. I don't get to follow it as much as I used to, but SLV is doing real well. I think SLV is going to win, but it's a good game.
Well, good luck for the rest of the year. This was the 2001 Athlete of the Year for our Sports Awards, Jordan Beck, with his alma mater leading 7-0. We're going to take a short break and come back with the third quarter right after this.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Money Brew Show. This is the show where we try South African food, we get to know a super cool guest, and of course, Manny has the results. Because voting is important. And I felt very patriotic today wearing these clothes. These were the clothes I was gonna wear if we knew exactly who was gonna be the president of America. But enough about me. Our guest today is someone super awesome. His name is Jordan Beck. Jordan, tell them a little bit about yourself. I know you used to play NFL, right? You used to be in the football?
Many years ago.
Very long.
I played football.
Nice. So who are you, man? And what are the guests need to know? Like, you know, what are you about and things like that?
Sure. So I grew up in California, went to high school out there, and went to college at Cal Poly, San Luis Obispo, and played football there. And then after college, I did play in the NFL for 3 years.
Cool.
Had a short and sweet career.
Nice.
Which the joke in the NFL is NFL stands for not for long. So I was thankful to be able to last that long. 3 years and 3 surgeries later,
wow.
I made it through my NFL career, which was a huge blessing and a lot of fun. Also a difficult and taxing on your body career, but had a blast. And then after the NFL, I actually got hired I was playing in Denver, and my wife and I loved the state of Colorado, so we moved here.
Wow.
And got hired on to work at Herbie's Auto Sales in Greeley, Colorado. And that moved me into the real estate side of things, because Herbie's actually was starting homes. A homes division. So I was able to go into real estate, which I always wanted to be in. I didn't really enjoy car sales very much.
Totally.
So moving into real estate was a lot of fun, and I met my partners there, and now we do a couple different types of real estate, you know, property management, HOA management, traditional real estate, and we invest in some of our own real estate.
Yeah, it blows my mind. Like I mean, this is like a 10-year period, but the facets of the businesses are amazing, and we'll jump into some of the juicy details because there's like so many aspects that I've been dying to ask you about. And let's start with the first taste test. So this is called What the Brew. What the brew means pal, buddy, friend in South African. And the What the Brew taste test is like a barbecue. We're kind of like hanging out, trying out different stuff. The first thing I have for you is called a rock shandy. They actually make this in Australia as well. And I see Manny's hand is kind of chilling down here right now.
It's got a long arm today.
Yeah, what happened? Just went for surgery, like you said?
Yes, that's right. Arm extensions.
Why are you bullying me?
Check him out. So the first thing we do is we actually drop this in here, and it's bitters. But look at how cool this is. It actually drops like a volcano.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's super duper cool. Okay, grab your first spoon. First the spoon.
The first spoon.
So we first actually get to like have to take a mouthful.
Oh, golly.
Yeah, and then you need to tell the guests what it actually tastes like. Okay, it's not too much.
I actually like it.
Nice. Yuck to yum, 1 to 10.
I put it at like an 8.
Wow, I think you're the first guest to say that. That's good. And then, what are the flavors like? What do you think it tastes
So I think kind of like a cinnamon, bitter cinnamon maybe, or maybe like straight cinnamon.
Yeah, cheers. And he has the
cocktail,
good one.
but it is sweet.
Yeah,
so and I'm a sugar nut, so anything sweet.
So this was made with, you can butcher the name of this one. What is this called?
Pellegrino.
Perfect. And
sparkling water.
And then we have this guy.
And Simply Light lemonade.
Nice. Okay. How much would you give this one, Yuck to Yum?
I like this too.
Good, perfect. My previous guest didn't like it.
Let me see if I get the bitters all even in there. Now let's try this out.
Yeah.
No, I'm a big fan. So there's two things that I really enjoy.
Okay.
I shouldn't say two things. There's a lot of food that I really enjoy. I really like food.
Oh, you do, yeah.
But I love sparkling drinks. I love the fizzy, flavor or fizzy experience as it goes down your throat.
Yeah.
And I love sweet.
Cool.
So you got lemonade, which got sugar. The bitters had some sweet in it.
Yeah.
And you got the sparkling.
Come on.
It's right up my alley.
Right up your alley. Love it. So don't forget to kind of hit the like button, hit the subscribe. You'll see it down at the bottom here. This will help us as we grow. Everyone out there, share this with buddies and friends. The YouTube algorithm is in love with smashing the like button and with destroying the subscribe button. I'm just being very generic today, but enjoy. We have a segment called you kind of have to guess your favorite drink. We set this up way before everyone got started. Manny's been holding on to this for us dearly as a face mask. So at the end, everybody, you guys get to guess what is Jordan Beck's favorite category drink. So like, soda, milk, coffee, tea, any category of drink. It can be any of those. So, and then you get to also, if you guess his favorite drink, alcoholic drink, and what's in it, you can visit Daniël-James Media/gift, and we will be giving you guys gifts for those who guess it right. I'll actually look and see make sure you get it at the right time too, because you can't cheat. So, and we'll pick the first one. So cool. Okay, guys, moving on. Rapid fire segment.
Sounds good.
Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Okay, Jordan, let's go. Favorite guilty pleasure? Treat or food? Anything?
Alcohol-filled chocolates.
Favorite color?
Blue.
Favorite restaurant?
The Bent Fork in Loveland.
Activity?
Playing with my kids.
Destination?
Johnny and Friends Camp, which is a camp my family goes to every year.
Oh, that's cool. Dream car?
Ooh, the Tesla Roadster.
You have one.
No, that's the Model 3.
Is that really?
The Roadster is like
okay, cool.
4 times as expensive and goes 0 to 60 in 1.9 seconds.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. So there you go, some education
very
for
fast.
you guys. That's super fast.
Yeah, it would probably liquefy your liver a little bit, but it's fun.
Is that the first one he made?
Yeah, I think it was, and now they just came out with a new one that is one of the fastest 0 to 60 cars that you can.
Wow.
It's the most practical 0 to 60 car that's very fast that you can buy.
Wow, I love that. That's crazy. Okay, now breakfast or no breakfast kind of guy?
No breakfast.
Love it. What time do you wake up?
About 6:30.
Morning routine, like in a nutshell.
I get up, brush my teeth, put on deodorant, go get my son out of bed. I have a disabled son, so I take care of him in the mornings.
Gotcha.
Kind of do his routine, get him dressed and fed and out the door.
Cool.
Or he doesn't go out the door. Then I'm ready to go out the door. I usually pray and read for a short 5 minutes.
Nice.
And then I get out the door.
Wow, good little.
I
morning
usually
routine.
am up. My son and I are up before anybody else in my family, so we
Wow.
do our routine and then I'm out.
That's so cool, Jordan. Love it. Next big business goal.
To purchase a large multifamily property.
Awesome, guys. If we watch this in the future, probably would have purchased it already.
We'll see.
We'll see. Cool. And then between Hawaii, choose a country, Hawaii or South Africa.
South Africa.
Good. Jeez. I had other guests who didn't choose my country. like, what is this?
Well, I have been to Hawaii and I haven't been to South Africa, so the
really?
curiosity, I need to learn more.
Totally.
I have not been there.
Yeah.
But it sounds intriguing.
That's great, man.
I mean, if they
I've
have
never
this
been to
drink
Hawaii.
here, they have this drink here in South Africa.
Golden.
I'm down.
Dude, your kids would love it. Like, the animals are amazing. Okay, moving into our next taste test and next question. We kind of heard your success story, which is so cool, and how that played out. I'm going to actually ask you your favorite business book or podcast, and then actually start with your worst one you'd wipe your butt with, it's so bad, and then give us your best one. So worst and then best.
So I'm gonna throw a monkey wrench into that question a little bit. I think the best book and the worst book were kind of the same book.
No way.
So I read a book, this is when I was probably 20-ish, 20 years old. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, a pretty famous business book.
Yes.
That got me thinking all about entrepreneurship. Really wanted to own my own business and do my own, be my own boss,
Cool.
which that book talked a lot about. At the same time, that book led me into taking some of the classes that come along with that. Got sucked into kind of a sales black hole with them because they're very, very good salespeople. They taught me a lot, but at the same time, I think I got ripped off a lot.
Yeah.
So I kind of have bittersweet
Because you were
feelings.
like, you were 20?
I was 20 and I went to the classes when I was 23 or 4.
Yeah.
And paid quite a bit of money for them. And I did learn a lot. I don't want to poo-poo it too much.
Yeah.
At the
It's like
same
the
time,
franchise. They have like these books, they'll come out with them, and then it's Rich Dad, but then there's like franchised.
Well, and then
right?
you pay for a small class and you think you're going to get all this good stuff. Yeah. And then at the end of the class, there's this really hard sell with this cliffhanger of, we're going to make you the most amazing business person ever if you do this class, and this class costs thousands and thousands of dollars.
Wow,
so it's kind of hard. Yeah, you don't know what's coming. You think you're going to a class to learn a bunch that you paid money for.
Yeah.
And then they kind of just leave you on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
So that part was a little frustrating to me because I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
So I learned a lot. So I guess I should be thankful because there was a lot of valuable lessons to be learned through that process. And I really like the book Rich Dad Poor Dad. I thought there's a lot of value in that book.
I like it too. I mean, link in the description for you guys. Check that book out. Super good book. Actually, someone similar told us a book that they hated was The Secret, because it's the same thing. Like in the chapters, they just cliffhang you. Oh, at the end of the book, we're gonna reveal the secret. And then they were like these crazy people,
Yes.
Cool. Well, moving on to the next taster.
Okay.
You get to choose. We have these two hot sauces. This one is mild, and this one is hot. If we play rock paper scissors, you get to choose. Okay. Rock, paper, scissors.
You get.
You know what? I love the mild because it has like really good flavor. How would you pronounce that?
Nando's peri peri sauce.
You hit the nail on the head, dude.
All right.
This is a franchise. They do Portuguese chicken in South Africa. They actually are in Chicago and New York. Do you want it on the cracker or on the?
Just plop it on the cracker. Should we do both?
It's not a cracker. It's a rice cake. Do you want it on the rice cake or on the spoon?
On the rice cake.
Cool. So yeah, they've done really good as a franchise. So you can actually buy all these ingredients at King Soopers and Walmart.
Oh, nice.
It's crazy. Walmart and King Soopers, we need a sponsorship.
South Africa in Colorado.
That's right. Okay, so let's give it a shot.
Cheers.
Cheers, my brother. Goes good on chicken.
It's very good.
What does it taste like?
It does have a little bit of kind of garlic zing.
Nice.
Not too spicy. I like it a lot, actually.
Best description I've ever had. Spicy zing. Do you know what this has got in it? It's got African Graze. What is this thing called? Oh, African Bird's Eye chili.
You gotta eat all the sauce because it's good.
Yeah, so it's a very unique chili in there. Cool, I'm glad you like it. Yuck to yum. 1 to 10.
I'll give it an 8 also. I'm a fan.
Nice. We'll look at the data. At the end of our season or whatever, we'll take a look at everyone's data and see how everything scaled.
See how South African my palate is.
I love it. Okay, Jordan, now for the next question that I have for you. This is a good one. The most bizarre thing that's happened in business, like in your experience, or bizarre like opportunity or whatever.
Oh man, I hope this doesn't get.
Okay.
We had so
editor, cut that part.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
There's in property management, you deal with a lot of characters. Most of it is very positive and fun.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of great stories. We've always talked about, we need to write a book about all the funny stories that happen in property management. But we had a tenant, he also worked with us a little bit. Really great guy, had been in jail, been through a lot of struggles, but he had a tendency to pay for girls. He'd get basically scammed out of money. Girls online would ask him to send them money so that they could fly out and meet him. And it was always on some shady site.
No.
And he always lost his money. And it happened over and over again. And he would ask for our advice. And he would show us the emails that he wrote to these girls. Like he really, really longed to have this relationship.
Dude, I can't believe it.
And every time it was a scam.
What?
And it was so hard to watch. Because
every time?
Yeah, probably 5 different times he went through the whole process of getting to know this girl, who I'm sure was just some guy in South Africa, trying to scam anybody that was online that was desperate.
Exactly.
So it was really sad watching, and we kept saying, do not send money, do not send money. He even sent money and would go to the airport and wait on the day that the person said they'd come, and they would never come. So it was
the poor guy, he drove all the way to the airport to just wait.
It was wild. And
he just wants some love, dude.
Yeah, he just was a little bit lonely, I think. Really good guy. Felt bad for him, but he also I think he thrived on the drama of it all.
Totally.
Even though the girl never showed up.
Church is a good place to meet women.
Yeah, that's a better spot, I think.
Way better. Yeah, you're more likely to find
you know what?
someone who won't steal your money.
I would even say like a horrible grungy bar in Denver is a better place to meet women than the
Craigslist.
the Craigslist, not even Craigslist, like the rip-off Craigslist scam artist woman site. That,
is he the guy that Stefan invited to Christmas and he like stole Joy's phone, my wife?
No.
It's a different guy.
Ron never stole. He's a good guy.
Good. Anyway, we showing you some love. Hopefully you don't come after the show.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm just joking. We're good.
He moved away.
Good.
We're good. He moved trying to follow one of the girls.
Well,
no, I'm just kidding.
If you found someone, leave a comment in the description. We'd love to
let us know.
Support you, man.
That's right.
Yeah, come on, bro. Check out your Tinder profile. Just joking. Okay, well, people are dying to know, especially with business owners and people, what's been the biggest key factor you think to your success, or to, I know you work super hard. Like, there's no question about that. And you have, how many kids? You have
7 kids.
So if you think you don't work hard, don't make excuses, because if you're running a family of 7, you're running a successful business. I know your company too, like you guys go above and beyond for people. So yes, you get some sour apples, but what do you think has been your key to your success?
I think that's a really difficult question, because I think it's multifaceted. There's a lot of things that are key to success. One is I've been blessed with my health, and I can use my brain, and I was able to go to college and able to get myself in a position to earn money and support my family, which is a huge blessing. And it's not given to everybody all the time. Right. Some people, my son has a disability where he won't be able to do that,
Wow.
So that's one thing. I think another really important thing is I've met very good people. I've been very blessed to have good partners, people that want to work hard alongside me, and that have easy to make deals with, and to work out a partnership that we all agree on and that we're all comfortable with. And we've been doing that with Seth and I, one of my partners, we've been doing that for 11 years now almost. And then some of the other partners have come in sooner, but we've had a really good experience so far. So I think that's a huge key also, is having people that you trust and that are willing to come alongside you and be a good team with you.
Wow. And so it seems like there's multiple reasons that have, not multiple reasons. Yes, I think, you've mentioned timing, you've mentioned being healthy, you've mentioned partners. And that'll lead me to another question. How do people find the right partners, and is there mitigation things they can do if they have the wrong partner?
I think you find the best partner in a seedy bar in downtown Denver, like I was saying.
Yes.
You find the
Guys.
your partners there.
Whichever town you're in, like,
Yeah.
you know, come on. Some of the best.
No, it's hard. I think it starts with, building a relationship with someone and seeing if you're compatible and being willing to compromise. Just like in a marriage,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bad analogy, but it's also a very good analogy. You've got to be willing to hash something out, not let resentment build, and be able to compromise on issues. And I think all of our the partners that I've worked with have been able to do that. And at the same time, we're willing to admit we still have a long way to go and a lot to learn. We're not, we've been blessed to be able to take care of our families, but we still have a lot of business ahead of us that we need to learn. A multi-family property, hopefully, and meeting people in seedy bars, all of that is ahead of us.
Yeah.
So it'll be good.
I think early on in business too, I also was like, okay, I can just get going, in 5 years I'll make it. And it's like, I don't think I ever made it. And I think it's not about that. I'm the more I'm in business, because I'm also still pretty young like you guys, and I realize it's just the contentment that's really key. And it's not about the money either. And I'm really enjoying the people around me too, I think money is like such a secondary thing.
If you can think of money as the secondary thing, then you'll be able to invest. And sometimes you don't see the dividends of that investment in investing your time in a relationship with somebody that you can do business with, or investing your money in a building that isn't going to pay you anything for 3 years. Wow. But to have that type of vision to say, hey, I need to invest up front so that my future can be brighter. It's hard to do sometimes. It's frustrating when you put a bunch of stock or money or whatever you want to call it into something and say, I'm not going to see any money from that in 3 years.
Wow.
There's a lot of people that it's hard for me. It's harder for some people I know.
Yeah.
I have some kids that want the marshmallow right now. There's no waiting to get 3 marshmallows. They want it now.
Wow.
So I think that's another thing that does build success, is being patient and investing in relationships, investing in things that aren't necessarily monetary, but that will come if you make those decisions properly.
Very awesome, man. The other element now that we jump into, and then I want to get into investing eventually, because, man, I love some of the things I've heard you say about investing, but I want to pick your brain. This part is a question that I get to ask, and we get to try this guy over here. How would you pronounce that?
Marmite.
You nailed it. They have this in Australia as well, but this is something I grew up eating on toast in my family and household. Do you want to do the rice cake or the spoon?
Let's do the spoon this time.
Let's do the spoon. Okay, I'll grab a little bit. Cool. Sweetos. Nice. Okay, cheers. 3, 2, 1. Let's do it.
Let's try it.
It's thick.
That is so salty. So I think applied, like putting it on my rice cake would be tasty actually.
Yeah.
You would have to it'd be a very thin layer, I think, in order to really capitalize on the amount of salt that's in that sucker. Yeah. Wow.
Yuck to yum, 1 to 10.
This is another hard one, because I think if you apply it correct, I actually really like savory food. That's a very savory, yummy thing, but you've got to apply it in a small dose.
That's right. Like, I grew up, one of my favorite things to eat with that is a piece of cheese, like nice cheddar cheese, on a piece of toast with lots of butter. Yeah. Because the butter like brings that
down a little bit.
Yeah. So
I could see you using it in soups or to salt other things too. So I'll say like a 6 or 7. I'll say a 7, because applied correctly, it's on the more flavorful, good. Yeah. It's better than it is worse.
Fantastic. Well, seeing as we're trying things and tasting things, we get to do this segment where I'm gonna ask you the challenge. The challenge is, would you rather eat this or would you rather eat this? And you have to answer it. And then I'll tell you what they are. So would you rather eat a mopani, or would you rather eat a cup of monkey gland sauce? Mopani worm or a cup of monkey gland sauce?
I'm going for the worm.
Oh, first one to go for the worm. Love it. Okay, it's a really thick worm. When you bite into it, it's juicy and it explodes in your mouth. Bear You chose the wrong one.
What is the monkey? The monkey one sounded like monkey testicles. I didn't want to try that.
That's awesome. I've never heard that.
What is the monkey one?
Monkey gland sauce is like a big orangutan monkey, and it has big I can't even it has big glands under it, and they milk the glands into these cups, and then.
So you're saying I can either eat a juicy worm or orangutan sweat?
Exactly.
I think they're both they both seem more close to like the one or the two.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, to give you some relief, the Mopani worm actually gets fried, and they'll stuff it with some really good stuff, so it doesn't taste that bad.
Yeah, put some rice in there.
I'm telling you, dude, it's so good. So you did a good choice, I think, with the worm. A monkey gland sauce is actually a myth. It's the name of a sauce, but it's not really from monkey glands.
Oh, good. Yeah.
So I just relate to orangutans, you know.
Yeah.
Especially because they're ginger too.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Okay, moving on.
And they're extremely strong, like you are too.
You're flattering me. Jordan's actually super tall. We're sitting down right now. I'm the same height, almost. But
I'm not that tall.
And plus, you got like your new kicks that are huge too.
Yeah,
so.
they make me an inch and a half taller. It's nice.
Yeah, yeah. Like being a football player, how big are your shoe sizes? Because like,
these are 12 and a half.
That is crazy. Like most athletes in America, I don't know how it happens, but you guys have the biggest feet in America, dude. Like,
I don't know. It depends.
Yeah.
There's small wrestlers that are athletes.
That's true.
And they would have small feet.
And America is like a melting pot. Like everyone ends up here somehow.
That's right.
Right. And like we're from some other places.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, back to business. I gotta ask you about investing. Tell me about like your favorite investments and the worst investment you've made. Like I'd love to hear that.
Favorite investments are the ones that work out the best. So what we specialize in at our business is real estate, and so we've made some pretty good. We've bought a few multifamily properties, smaller scale that have returned really well, and that's kind of our goal is over the years to have cash flow that's relatively passive. We have a property management company, so we have to work. That is a job, I guess. It's not 100% passive because we choose to do the property management also. Yeah. But that saves us money on our own deals also.
Yeah, and you help a lot of people too. Like I know the companies do a ton to reach out locally. Mm-hmm. I've seen like it's crazy. I don't think a lot of people know that, but I mean, because I see the insides of it, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, we give free dating advice if you're trying to, hook up with a woman across
Tinder, across
the country, and she just steals your money. We'll help you with that.
That's right, guys. So like 10 seconds. How can you help improve a Tinder?
It's actually really easy. It seems complicated, but all you have to do is not send any money.
Simple. Don't send no Cash App, no Venmo,
no that's
PayPal,
right.
no gift cards, especially.
Yeah,
those ones will get you. Like
or airline. Don't send airline tickets. Don't do that. That's all.
That's amazing.
Easy. We have a full-time ministry to help people. I'm lying.
No. But there are ministries you can reach out to if you are sending money to people. I'll maybe put a link in the description. I don't even know. I don't want to go down that road.
Right.
Okay. Jordan, worst investment.
Worst investment. I am a notoriously bad stock picker, mostly because I am. I read a book that talked about money personalities, or my wife shared with me different money personalities, and one of mine is the gambler. I do like to try to swing for the fences on some of my investments, so I'm a pretty bad stock picker because of that. I've never done very well in the stock market.
That's awesome.
I have, like, an example of the flip side of that is I have invested in cryptocurrency a little bit.
Nice.
And cryptocurrency would definitely be a huge gamble. No one quite knows where that's headed as an investment, but so far it's done really well. Nice. That's the flip side of the gambler personalities. You hit a home run every once in a while, but mostly I've hit a bunch of ground outs in the stock market. Yeah.
So worst investment advice. Let's talk about it.
Well, I don't know if I'm qualified to give any advice on stock picking or anything like that. Really, paper assets I haven't done great in. Mm-hmm. Real estate we've done better in, and that the advice is to be patient and really learn. Read a book, read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, read something that talks about coming up with a system that you can stick to in real estate,
Yeah.
and be patient, and over time you have the appreciation and hopefully some cash flow on a monthly basis that can turn into a really good investment. There's a lot of people that jump in and are so excited to have, they think they're going to have a great return, and they just pay way too much for a single family house thinking that's going to be a great rental.
Wow.
But really, you end up making 2 or 3% return
Dang.
on somehow in this market without getting a good deal. You end up making a pretty low return.
Wow.
And I don't, that can slow down your investment goals pretty quickly if you do it wrong. So
Yeah, and
we love to talk about cash flow, passive cash flow, getting money that you don't have to work super hard for because of the system that you set up beforehand.
Love it.
So having the right amount of return in an area that's going to appreciate can pay a lot of dividends in the future.
Wow. So for someone like me who's like just trying to, if I was to just start out and like, let's say I want to buy a house, but I have some money and I just don't quite have enough for a house, would you advise me to keep saving to go for that house investment, or would you tell me like do something else till you have enough capital? I love to ask business people these questions because it's like these are things that we don't think about. Right? Like, do I invest while I'm waiting to save? How am I going to do my cash position, and how do you do your cash position with that extra cash?
Sure. Again, I might not be super qualified to answer that question, but
We're not financial
my
advisors.
best. That's right.
Don't
I'm not a financial advisor.
come chasing after us.
But I think it depends on everybody's situation. Sometimes, if you're working a job that you're happy at, my dad is a good example. He worked as a maintenance man for 33 years.
Cool.
Worked his tail off, didn't make a lot of money, but he absolutely loved his job, found peace and happiness as the maintenance man, which I think that is extremely valuable.
Great,
because he enjoyed his job and had peace with his job, which I don't think everybody has, and it's not always easy to find. So someone like him, I think, buying a house, that became one of his biggest assets, and he slowly is able to pay it off over the years. That's awesome. He now he lives in California, so it's actually worth quite a bit now. Because he paid that off over the 30 years. And you have a huge asset that's a huge benefit. Or I should say you have a lot of equity. It's not necessarily houses you don't make a ton of money off of if you're living in it. If you're renting it out, then that's a different story. But he was able to then go buy some rentals and have kind of his retirement be tied to real estate also. Some people, especially, if you're single and ambitious, buy a house, move into it, fix it up, wait a year so you don't get the capital gains, sell it, move to another house, those kind of things. I've seen people do that and be very successful. And you can really flip money and build capital quickly because of your ambition and your hard work.
Got it.
But that's not practical if you have 3 kids. Or that's not practical even if you just have a wife and no kids. Sometimes that can be hard too. So
I like that.
I think it's different for each person. You might do just as well asking someone advice at a bar in seedy downtown Denver, but you just gotta, you gotta take action. You gotta do something.
Exactly. What someone's actually gonna ask someone for advice in a bar in downtown.
Yeah, I know. That's probably worth its weight in gold.
I'm telling you, man. Telling you. So people on the show, usually I get to this segment and they don't want to talk about financials. They freak out, they get nervous. But it's really important for other people to see if they're starting a business or doing a new idea, how to think about profit, how to think about expenses and things like that accurately. I know I messed up a lot, but out of the businesses, I know you guys have quite a few. Which one's the most profitable, and how do you guys mitigate expenses, things like that?
Well, I think it's a good question. I think our most profitable business has been project management, which is the construction side of our business.
Cool.
But ironically, and we talk about this a lot, that business gets its business from our other businesses.
Wow.
So without HOA management and property management, construction wouldn't get the big jobs that pays construction the most amount of money. So all the businesses kind of feed off each other. One of the harder or more difficult businesses to run is the HOA management business. And that business also brings us a lot of opportunity in the maintenance side of things and in the construction side of things. That's a good example. There's a lot of big HOAs that if they need roof work or they need painting or large maintenance items, that's a potential stream of revenue for our other company. So they all work together, even though community management isn't as high a revenue,
right?
It brings us revenue through our other businesses.
That's
so
amazing.
It's all tied together.
So like multiple streams of income. At what point was it like, I mean, I didn't even know what you guys started with because I know it was the home investing thing. At what point were you guys like, wait a minute, we have another business here. We need to, when is that? When was that a good time? Like,
So we started fix and flips with houses, and then we're doing lease options, so we were keeping some of them, so we were doing the property management of those. Wow. So property management and real estate came first.
Got it.
And we had investors approach us and ask us to manage their homes.
Wow.
So then out of that, kind of to separate liability, we started the construction management.
Got it.
And then we had people approach us about HOAs, which we never really thought we would get into. But that business also helps our other businesses. It all kind of ties together. Wow. So we started really in the investment side, and then we're able to build up the other businesses from that.
Cool. How many years in was that? Was that like a 2-3 year period? Or?
We started the property management company 6 years after we started Fix and Flips.
That actually is right on the stat, which is like, you need 5 years to actually establish a business.
Right.
It's like the stat. And if you don't make it past 5 years, it's usually like the fail rate.
Right.
Wow. So you guys were at 6. That's fascinating.
Yeah, and we were running into problems where it can be easier to evict people. That sounds horrible, but it can be easier to do the evictions if you're not
the eviction
personally involved as much. So separating the company allowed us to take on other investors and allowed us to kind of work within the legal system a little bit easier.
Exactly.
More as a third party rather than your landlord that's coming to beat down your door.
And it's, I mean, at the end of the day too, it's not like you guys are out there just evicting people like left, right, and center. I mean, it's just it's part of the business. You know, you have people who will start doing drugs and things like that. Just things that are out of control. And so I always am fascinated at how intense those laws get worse and worse for the landlord owners. And I'm just like, wow, like some of the things they get away with in other states are almost ridiculous. But we won't get political, which I don't think that's a political thing, right? It's not. It's just like a.
You could make it political, I guess, but we can make everything political, yeah. So, no, I agree. I mean, at some point, that's part of property management. There isn't a property manager in the world that doesn't have to deal with evictions. And it is kind of the not fun part. We have to remind ourselves when you get taken advantage of, when you get kind of people tell you one thing and do another, it can be pretty frustrating. And so we have to, you know, as a third party, you're not as emotionally attached. So it's a lot easier to go in and really try to do what's best for the tenant. And I'll make an argument that oftentimes it's best to evict them for their own journey. It's the tough love.
Yes.
You know, if you just let somebody get away and enable them to do whatever they want, that's actually not best for them.
No, I agree with this. I just saw this in some things like in my wife's industry, where I was just like, you know, that person needs to be like not reprimanded, but there needs to be light on that, because if no one is putting light on that, they'll hurt other people, and then they by the time it's done, it's like they've done a lot of damage.
Yes, it's tough love.
It is such tough love.
But I still look at it, it's in the love category still.
It's still love.
Just tough love.
Yeah, it's hard enough. So our next taste test is Biltong, and this one is not made from me, so you're not allowed to give.
This is from the store.
Yeah, if you give this one a 10, like I'll be so mad.
Well, I'll compare it to yours.
Okay, good.
All right.
Okay, let's do it.
Look at the Biltong that I got. Looks like Batman.
Nice.
Oh, I don't know how that happened. That's perfect grab.
I'll give you some more. Oops. What do you think? Walmart, hey? Crazy that you could get this at Walmart. $10.
I gotta be honest.
Do it.
Yours is better, actually.
Cool.
Yours was a little bit more moist.
Yes, right? It's got no preservatives in it, and
I make it a little more moist, a little more meaty, you know?
Yeah, a little thicker.
Yeah.
Yours was thicker pieces.
Oh,
which
yeah.
I think I liked.
So I like to send clients gifts at the end of the year or whenever. And last year I did Biltong in these cool little packets. So
I'd give your Biltong a 9.2.
nice. Fair.
This Biltong would be an 8.2.
Are you like one of those math teachers who doesn't believe in 10 out of 10, you know?
Yeah, that's right.
It's like...
But I do like beef jerky a lot. I
Good.
like the savory, salty. You
Nice.
could probably put some
No.
Marmite on there.
Gross. I've never heard of anyone putting Marmite on Biltong. Okay, well, we're coming up on our last segment. If you could describe your life as a movie title, which movie would you describe it as?
You know, the first movie that comes to mind is Dumb and Dumber, but that's probably not. It's just because that's such a classic in my upbringing.
Hey, I'll take it. Dumb and Dumber is great, dude.
But
There's a lot of life-giving principles in that movie.
That is the question. I mean, I'm not a super spy.
Yeah.
I haven't.
No, dude, you've done some awesome stuff. I think Dumb and Dumber is not like it's not saying that you're dumb. It's just saying that's a cool movie.
Well, that's the movie that
It's
is
hilarious,
the
right?
epitome of my generation, at least the people I hung out with when I was young.
Exactly.
Which, unfortunately, I don't know if it reflects well on the question.
No, I think
but-
it does. It does. Not everything has to be philosophical on the show. So we're on the last segment, last taste test. Guys, this is the 2-minute data grind. And before I jump into that, I just want to thank everybody for watching. And the data grind works like this, Mr. Jordan. People watching the show can go onto the website and write Daniël-James-media/gift. We have this cool promotion. You've actually seen this in action at your office. They used it already on their campaign.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, do you remember that? It's this whole spinning wheel thing.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just going to open this in a new window. What happens, guys, is this wheel spins and whatever it lands on, you get to schedule a 15-minute call with us if you want to. You don't have to, and we don't know how long that's going to last. It also gives you a promotion to like your next business idea, next logo, next website, whatever it may be. You also don't have to use that credit, and it includes like 2 reports. Those could be competitor reports, brand reports, and this data grind that I'm going to do with Jordan is we're going to analyze a brand that's out there just for fun.
I like it.
So let's do it. Let's see how much credit you get today.
Here it comes.
I didn't rig it for 500 this time.
Okay. You did last time, didn't you?
200.
Okay.
Come on. So 200 gives you like 2 reports. Let's talk about a brand. Let's talk about a website. What is one of your favorite brands or websites or things you want me to investigate?
Let's do one that just recently went public, or I think they did, DraftKings.
Yes, dude. Man, I should have had you on the show ages ago. Someone who brings me some fun stuff. Okay, so DraftKings, let's pull up their website. I love to use data first, figure things out through data. Let's see, out of there, they get about 3,680 search volumes per month. They're peaking like mad in 2015. Do you see that?
Oh, yeah.
And now they're kind of easing out into September and stuff. I use a free tool called Keywords Everywhere to see this cool data. And then I pay for this tool every year, DraftKings. Let's quickly look at their site. I saw MGM release the betting one. Did you see that one?
Oh, do they?
Yeah, like MGM sports betting.
You got to get a piece of the pie because it's legal in Colorado now. So
Really?
sports betting is, yeah.
Wow. I know you could bet on the election too. There's a platform called, I don't know how they figured those odds
When
out.
do you get the payout for that?
Never.
Never.
See you in 2025.
Yeah, that's right.
Just joking. Never. Access denied. Until people can figure it out. So let's go into sports betting here. They have a really cool site. See this pop-up? That actually saves your cookie on their device, but it also tells them where you're seeing them. So if you ever see those allow things, it also gives them access to see what location you're in. So they can look at your data a little more.
Okay.
Let's see, they're getting 3.6 thousand people on their site on a monthly basis, up to about 4,600. They have very good search engine results. Wow. This is like authority score and stuff. It's kind of not that crazy important. They don't do any advertising in terms of Google ads.
Okay.
Which is cool. That means they have natural growth. Let's see what else we can take a look at here. If they have a domain overview. Actually, sorry, they get 1.5 million organic traffic. I read the wrong page. They have a very good authority score. Their competitor is Sporting News. No, it's not a competitor. That's just a news company. DraftKings, Fantasy Pros. Yeah, those are their competitors. So this is an insane tool. So this is something I can do with you guys if you want. We jump into this cool stuff, or one of my team members will help you out. They actually do ads. I thought they didn't, but as you can see, they have this $1,000 football contest. Very cool promotion. Good way to think about things, guys. If you have a site that allows you to run promotions, run promotions. Because look at this, $1,000. Sign me up. What are the odds, right? Then they have information about it. The site itself is very basic, and I think that's what makes them so good. Is you just need to sign in and download the app, right? Mm-hmm. So DraftKings' goal is like, how do we get app downloads? I'm sure it is, because app downloads result in people betting. So very interesting. They give you a sign up with Facebook option. This is a good option on your sites as well. Tell your website manager, marketing guy, whatever, to allow people to sign in through those platforms. As you can see, they have keywords on their bottom of their page through a menu option. This is a big secret. Like, sometimes having the keywords on the homepage as a menu is fantastic. Fantasy football, fantasy basketball, fantasy baseball, fantasy golf. If I type in fantasy, look, they have the best one up top. Fantasy, can I spell right now? Football. Look at how many searches this will have. It'll be 331 million searches. And then if we type basketball, look at the popularity difference, because this is America. Ball. America. Oh, I didn't do that right. Basketball, football. Basketball, fantasy, basketball, fantasy basketball. It's half, 150 million. Just shows you like the popularity in America. Right. People love football, and then you have half of the people love basketball. So anyway, using data like that helps you identify like your audience. They already know their audience. They're doing that super well. Very specific. They have NASCAR and all that stuff. You could even, with this keywords everywhere tool that I use, if you just type the word fantasy, it'll show each search. So basketball, it gives you ideas, you know, you can play with it and you can look at a lot of other fun things. But did you have any questions, things you wanted to know about fantasy, like DraftKings, or was this entertaining?
This is just entertaining. I don't,
yeah.
I haven't done it, but I've heard ads on the radio for it.
Oh, wow.
Especially recently, because I think it was a recent thing that they allowed sports betting in Colorado. So I wanted to just see. I've never even been to their website, to be honest. I just heard a lot about them.
Let's see if it's trending right now. It looks like it's starting to trend. You see, this is kind of recently. Let's go to the last 12 months. It's definitely growing. Look at this. See what people are searching. Penny stock. I think a good search to look at would be sports betting Colorado. See if there's a breakout in that. Okay, no, I need to remove DraftKings because it's too much. It's getting out. It peaked a lot during COVID. Look at that. It was like nothing during COVID, and then all of a sudden April, it's like whoa.
Yeah.
So
that's probably when sports started again, right then.
Wow, no, that's so right. Hey, look at that. Let's do fantasy. Is it just fantasy betting? No, fantasy sports.
Yeah.
So fantasy, whoa, look at this, bro. Fantasy sports is definitely peaked during COVID. Look at, let's try and see Colorado. Colorado. Oh, it's pretty average. It's pretty average. Did they announce that this year or when?
I thought it was this year. I thought
Okay.
it was a recent thing.
Interesting. Cool. Well, there you guys have it. That was a 2-minute data grind. A little longer than 2 minutes. Hopefully not too long for you guys. Thanks everyone for watching the show. Yeah, thanks for tuning in today. Thank you, Jordan. We'll catch you guys on the next Money Brew show. Anything else you wanted to share with the audience before we head out? Oh, guys. Okay, my guess is you enjoy drinking. What did we drink the other day? Jordan, what do you like? I'm gonna say Sprite and whiskey. Okay. Oh, Sex on the Beach. No. Oh, there you guys have it. That's a good drink. You should look it up. For the kids out there, it's X on the Beach.
X on the beach.
Okay. And then finally, you said milkshake. There you guys go. Let's see who got it. Anyone who got this one is amazing. Just by looking at Jordan, you know that
I told you I like sweet drinks.
That is a super...
We got 2 sweet categories there.
That is like really sweet. I can't even like drink a whole one of those. Jordan, anything you want to add to everybody? Thanks for being on the show. I want to give you a second to plug anything or say anything.
No, thank you for having me, Daniel. I had a good time, and I don't have anything extra to say.
Nice, dude. You gave so much good content. Thank you so much. Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye, everybody.
Thank
Peace.
you, sir.
Cheers, Money Brews. Bye.
I ain't here for the money.